Hey, hi guys. Hate to have to come at you this way, but I'm pretty well incapacitated and have pretty much lost the use of my left arm for now. So I am not going to be able to type easily. Thought it might be easier to try and figure out how this making videos works and loading a video up onto to YouTube. And so I thought I would try and pass along some information that way and see if we can get that to work. For Monday, our assignment is going to be pages 77 through 100 in Towner. And there's some older information in the syllabus about reading guides and stuff. Don't worry about anything other than the two reading guides that I want you to look at. One is the Towner reading guide for that material, pages 77 through 100 or such a matter. And then the other is the textual reading guide, which has its own, the text reading guides have their own folder at the course site under the reading guides. So be sure and check the course reading guide also for Genesis 6 and 7 and 8. And we will review the questions in general on Monday, but here's what I would like to happen in terms of formal reports. I would like for Emily Ebert to give a report basically on question 1 of the textual reading guide. Now this will correspond pretty much also with questions 1 and 2 on the Towner reading guide. So Emily, be sure to sort of compare and contrast those two reading guides, question 1 from the textual reading guide and questions 1 and 2 on the Towner reading guide for pages 77 following. And the questions then would be, who are these folks referred to as the Nephilim? We've already talked about them a little bit. How are the Nephilim dealt with in the Old Testament and in the intertestamental literature? An interesting question is the problem of how the story in Genesis 6, 1 through 4 relates to the following story of the flood. Is it related in the sense of being a cause for the flood? Is it wholly unrelated? I've changed my own views on this. So see what you might be able to find out about that question. And it might help then also to take a look at the Atrahasis material. We've already given some consideration to this. There are two documents at the course site that relate to Atrahasis. One is a summary of the contents, and another is an article by Tikva Frymer-Kensky on the Atrahasis epic. She goes into a little more detail than perhaps you would need, but if you can check that out and give a report on those questions. Now the other report, Kevin Beasley, I recall you, I think, having said that you were not going to be there on Monday. And if that is correct, then I guess we are sort of back to Scott on this. So I'll leave it to the two of you to work with each other to see who is going to do this report. It would be